to Medico Important Simplified channel. So today we are going to cover on a very important previously asked question in community medicine, that is ESI Act. So what is this ESI Act? It stands for Employee State Insurance Act. Very important, Employee State Insurance Act, and it was given in the year 1948 and Factories Act 1940. We will also be covering on another act, Factories Act 1948. So both ESI Act as well as Factories Act, the year which was given was 1948, and ESI stands for Employees and State Insurance, Employee State Insurance Act. So Employee State Insurance and Factory Act comes under which ministry? Very important, Ministry of Labour. That is your first point. So ESI Act as well as the Factories Act comes under the Ministry of Labour. So now let's first talk about the Factories Act first. Factories Act is very easy. First you will be telling the year, established in 1948. It is mainly to include all the factories. It will include all the factories where the workers are going to be employed. So Factories Act includes all the factories where the workers are going to be employed. The factories included, okay, factories included, suppose if they use electricity or power, it is more than 10, and if not using electricity or power is more than 20. So the number of factories that are included, if at all electricity is used, is more than 10, and if they are not using electricity or power, it's more than 20. Now very important criteria, what is space criteria? What is space criteria? So space criteria is more than 500 cubic feet per person is known as the space criteria. So in a factory, what should be the space criteria is more than, so space criteria is more than 500 cubic feet, okay, cubic feet per person is known as space criteria. So what are the timings? So the timings of factory involves less than 48 hours per week or less than 9 hours per day. So per week means the hours will be less than 48 hours. So the factory, according to Factory Act, the working hours should be less than 48 hours per week and less than 9 hours per day. Very important. And then the next criteria is less than 60 hours per week including overtime. So totally including overtimes, there will be some weeks, right, where overtime will be there in factories. Even after including overtime, the number of hours per week should be less than 60 hours according to Factories Act. Adolescent children and pregnant and lactating females must be working only around 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. only, and no night duties are allowed for these people. So remember, pregnant women, lactating females as well as the adolescent children, the working time for these people should be only around 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. after which, okay, there are no night duties. So night duties are not allowed for these people. And in case of adults, 9 hours with 1 or 2 hour break must be there. So 9 hours with 1 or 2 hour break must be there. In case of adolescents, 4.5 hours only must be the working hours. So the working hours for adolescents should be only 4.5 hours. For adults, it can be up to 9 hours, but with 1 hour or 2 hour break. In case of adolescents, it's 4.5 hours per day. Okay, the working hours will be 4.5 hours per day. That is, in adolescents, it is half the working hours of adults, 4.5 hours. Now moving on to the articles of Indian Constitution. So there were certain articles that were that was laid down by the Indian Constitution. The first article is Article number 24. So Article 24 is about Child Act, and we have Article 39 and Article 21. So these three are the articles of Indian Constitution laid down for these factories. So Article 24 Child Act says that no child of age less than 14 years can be employed in any type of occupation. So less than 14 years, no occupation. Okay, that is no child employment less than 14 years is Article 24 Child Act. Article number 39 is children of tender age, that is tender age is 15 to 19 years, should be given appropriate work. Okay, only appropriate work should be given as per their capacity and age. You can't give us such a huge work to tender age people like 15 to 19 year. You can't give a age beyond their capacity. Okay, so there must be appropriate work as per their capacity and age, and no hazardous work to be given to the adolescents. Now Article 21 states that right to education is very, very important. So what is Article 21? Article 21 is right to education. There must be a free primary education for all children in India. So according to Article 21, there is right to education. There is free primary education for all children in India. So these are the three articles laid down by Indian Constitution. Article number 24 Child Act, less than 14 years must not work, and Article number 39 is around for the adolescents. For tender age, the appropriate work should be given and not beyond their capacity and age. And Article 21 is right to education, free primary education for all children in India. Moving on to ESIC. What does ESIC stands for? Employee State Insurance Corporation. So Employee State Insurance Corporation is nothing but ESIC. So this corporation, okay, ESI Corporation was also started in the year 1948. So around the 24th of February 1952, ESI Corporation was formed. Okay, around 52, ESI Corporation was formed and an insurance scheme was started. So that is when an insurance scheme was started. So we finished Factories Act. So also Factories Act also includes around 29 diseases. I forgot to tell you this. Under Factories Act includes, okay, there are going to be 29 notifiable diseases under Factories Act. 29 notifiable diseases, some of which are anthracosis, asbestosis, bicyanosis, noise-induced hearing loss, occupational dermatitis, occupational cancers, silicosis. So these are the 29 notifiable diseases in Factories Act. Now moving on to the next question, ESI Act. So before moving on to ESI Act, you must know about ESI Corporation. It was started in 1948 and an insurance scheme was started in 1952. So that is why 24th of February is known as ESI Day. Very important, employee state insurance day is celebrated on 24th February because on that day ESI was actually scheme was started on 24th of February. This is the ESIC Corporation logo. What is the logo? It is logos about illuminating the lives of thousands of people. So this is illumination. Okay, this is illumination. There, the logo states that they are going to be illuminating the lives of thousands of people. Now, 10% of population, around 10% of population means there is 13 crore are going to be insured by the ESI Act. So remember, 10% of population are insured by the ESI corporation. Eligible organizations under ESI are all, okay, all organizations are eligible under ESI except for the defense, the railways, the mine industries, the central government employees. All of these will not be coming under the eligibility of ESI. So this ESI insurance scheme, right, the employee state insurance scheme is applicable only to organizations, but it is not applicable to defense or railways or mine industries or central government. So defense, railways, mine industries and central government employees are not going to be coming under the ESI Act. It is mandatory that ESI employment is going to be required by all organizations with a worker load of more than 10 workers. So whenever there is an organization, okay, where the worker load is going to be more than 10. So when the worker load is more than 10 workers, definitely ESI empanelment is going to be mandatory. So ESI is mandatory for a worker load definitely more than 10 workers. So the eligible workers for ESI need not pay compensation at all. Okay, so the ones who are eligible, the eligible workers need not pay any compensation. So the salary must be around less than 21,000 INR per month. Wage must be less than 176 INR per day, and physically handicapped employees, the wage is going to be less than 25,000 INR. So the contribution is, the employee will pay around 0.75% of their monthly wage to ESI. That is the contribution. So every employee must be paying 0.75% of their monthly wage to the ESI insurance, and employer will pay. This is about the employee, whereas the employer will be paying 3.25% of the employee's monthly wage to the ESI. See, the employer will be paying around 3.25% of the employee's monthly wage to ESI, and the employee will pay 0.75% of the monthly wage of ESI. Totally there is going to be a percentage of 4%. So employee is going to be 0.75%, employer will be 3.25% of the monthly wage will be going for this ESI scheme. Now, what are the benefits of ESI? What is the benefit of employee state insurance? The first benefit is the medical benefit. So what medical benefit they are getting? OPD or IPD, diet, treatment, investigation, medical devices, all of these are the medical benefits they are going to be getting. So it can be either a direct benefit or indirect benefit. Direct is availed by the insured person itself. That is, insured person is whom? The ESI employees. Whereas the indirect benefit is by the panel system. Panel system means the private hospitals are going to be empaneled with the ESI. There are certain private hospitals that will be empaneled with the ESI, that is panel system. The website, what is the website? esic.nic.in. esic.nic.in. That is the website, esic.nic.in. This is the benefit, medical benefit. Moving on to the next one, health benefits. What health benefits does ESI scheme produce? The main health benefit by ESI is sickness benefit. So what is this sickness benefit? Sickness benefit means the sick employee will get some wage. The sick employee will be getting some wage. Okay. So sick employee getting some wage is known as the sickness benefit, and up to 91 days, up to 70% of wage is given. Okay. So maximum the sickness benefit given for how many days? 91 days. And how much of wage is given? 70% of wage is going to be given in sickness benefit. Now next is extended sickness benefit. What do you mean by extended sickness benefit? So diseases with a longer duration will definitely require an extended sickness benefit. So it is applicable for 2 years. Extended sickness benefit is applicable for 2 years and can be availing up to 80% of wage. There we saw 91 days and the normal sickness benefit, the maximum is 91 days and 70% of wage. But there are certain diseases which will require a much more longer duration where we need extended sickness benefit, and this extended sickness benefit offers for a maximum age of 2 years and it can avail up to 80% of the wage, and it is only applicable to certain 34 diseases. Now next, moving on to enhanced sickness benefit. So we finished extended sickness benefit. Now moving on to enhanced sickness benefit. Enhanced sickness benefit is primarily going to be for what? So enhanced sickness benefit is primarily going to be for tubectomy or vasectomy, where 100%, very important, 100% of wave is going to be given for up to 7 days in male and 14 days in female. So that is enhanced sickness benefit. So enhanced sickness benefit is for what? It is primarily for tubectomy or vasectomy, and 100% of wage is going to be up to 7 days. In see, there is 100% of wage is going to be availed, and up to what? If it is a male, for vasectomy it's going to be 7 days, and if it's a female it's going to be for 2 weeks, that is 14 days is the maximum number of days. This is known as enhanced sickness benefit. Now the next one is disability benefits. So what is disability benefits? Disability benefits means it includes temporary as well as permanent disability. Okay, so disability benefits includes both temporary as well as permanent disability. It is decided by the medical board. So disability benefit is decided by whom? By the medical board, and not more than 90% of wage can be given. So remember, the maximum wage that can be given is here 90% of the wage. Now moving on to dependent benefits. Dependent benefits means spouse or children. Okay, spouse or children less than 18 years is known as dependent benefits. So dependent benefit is given for spouse or children less than 18 years. Next, moving on to the maternity benefit. Maternity benefit means 100% of wage is going to be given in case of maternity benefit. First 4 weeks. Okay, first 4 weeks, any medical, for 4 weeks, any medical condition affecting pregnancy. So if there is any medical condition affecting pregnancy, the maternity benefit 100% of wage will be given for 4 weeks. Now if there is any abortion or any miscarriage or any loss of baby, then the maternity benefit 100% of wage will be given for 6 weeks. And in case of delivery, 26 weeks of leave is going to be given up till delivery. Okay, so for delivery 26 weeks of leave is the maximum given for delivery. Next, moving on to the funeral expense. So funeral expense means it is given to any grieving family. How much is given? 15,000 Indian rupees is given for a grieving family, that is funeral expense. So we have covered many benefits of ESI: medical benefit, health benefits, extended sickness benefit, enhanced sickness benefit, disability benefit, dependent benefit, maternity benefits, and funeral expense. Suppose in a private sector, the employer employing any disabled person, okay, in a private sector, the employer who is employing any disabled person, then the ESI, okay, the ESIC, that is Employee State Insurance Corporation, will take care of the employer's contribution for 3 years. Very, very important. Suppose an employer is there and he is being employing a disabled person. Okay, so to whom will the benefit be? So the ESI corporation will be benefiting the employer for a period of 3 years to take care of the employer's contribution to the disabled person. So in a disabled person, okay, for disabled people, the wage relaxation is going to be less than 25,000 INR per month. So the wage relaxation will be less than only 25,000 INR per month. Now let me discuss about the ESI organization in very briefly. So ESI organization comprises of what? First, the ESI organization is under which ministry? Ministry of Labor. So the ESI organization is under the Ministry of Labor. So it consists of a chairman and a vice chairman. So who is the chairman? The Union Minister of Labor. The Union Minister of Labor is going to be your chairman. Who is the chairman? The Union Minister of Labor is your chairman. Who is your vice chairman? Deputy Secretary of Labor Ministry. Okay, the Deputy Secretary of Labor Ministry will be your vice chairman. So first, the ESI organization is under which ministry? Ministry of Labor. So there is a chairperson and there is a vice chairperson. Who is the chairperson? The Union of Minister of Labor is going to be your chairperson, whereas the Deputy Secretary of Labor Ministry is going to be your vice chairperson. Now both of them, okay, will be comprising of the executive board. So there is a board called as the executive board. What is this executive board functions? The executive board functions are, first, it is the administrative component. So the executive board is the administrative component, and also it is the standing committee of the ESI. So executive board is the administrative component as well as the standing committee of the ESI, and there are further 4 arms. So further 4 arms are going to be there for the executive board. So executive board is the administrative component, the standing committee of ESI, and there are further 4 arms. Now in this executive board comprises of a medical commissioner. First comprises of a medical commissioner, and then there is a financial commissioner and an insurance commissioner. So remember, in executive board there are 3 commissioners: medical commissioner, financial commissioner, and insurance commissioner. Now moving on to the medical benefit board. Medical benefit board decides what level of benefit to be given, and then we have a very important board which is the medical benefit board. Why this medical benefit board is there? Medical benefit board is there to decide what level of benefit can be given for each criteria. So that is the job of medical benefit board. And then we have an actuary. Actuary means it is the consultants for insurance purpose. So the consultants for an insurance purpose is the actuary. So executive board, you have a medical commissioner, you have a financial commissioner, you have an insurance commissioner, you have an actuary. The actuary is the consultants for the insurance purpose. So for the insurance purpose, there are some consultants, that is known as actuary, and the medical benefit board decides what level of benefit to be given. So the services offered. So the main services offered is 1/8 of the expenditure is going to be by the state government, and 7/8 of the expenditure is going to be by the central government. Very important, the services offered under ESI, the services offered is going to be shared by both the state government as well as the central government. And what is the who will be contributing the majority? The majority of expenditure for the insurance is going to be contributed by the central government. That is 7/8 of the expenditure is going to be contributed by the central government, whereas the state government will be contributing only 1/8 of the expenditure. So 1/8 of the expenditure is by the state government and 7/8 of the expenditure is going to be by the central government. So this is all about the ESI Act as well as the Factories Act. Both can be an important question. So to know about more important questions in community medicine and as well as the other subjects, please do like, share and subscribe if it was useful to you. Thank you.